Conductor.
Crystal.
Let's just be quiet 1 second, please.
We just rapping, dog. Everything real vanilla. Everything moving real vanilla right now. We just have a long I rap. Dog. We gonna call it. Look at me, dog. Niggas know I ain't the one to sleep on. I'm under pressure, gotta sleep with the heat. An extra clip beside the dresser like I'm pop. Paranoid niggas puffin' pot. Puffin' out your chest, what? Stop. We ain't stupid, we ain't stun you or nothing you doing. I'm the intruder, the pursuer, the persuader, the shooter. I display a wide array of different styles. My latest, none greater. I've graduated from furious mad. Now I'm just aggravated. Say congratulations, everybody. I can activate her. Imagine they had first let bear bonds from out the batting cages. Pre-performance enhancing behavior. Run my accolades. Run my bath and rub my back, baby. They been sack chasing. If all these rats racing, I'm coming in last place. Snakes in the grass, a haul ass at a fast pace. Offense, autograph the ball, I pass great. I'm an athlete. Turn your favorite rap.
AZ, I see what you said. Watching football is ridiculous though. I ain't gonna lie, I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie though. I have the mindset for it. I'm gonna be honest. I have the mindset for it. Like I know I have the capabilities of being able to say watch another sport and then carry over the level of depth of substance within my speech and how I see things. But I'm just not gonna do it, bro. I just can't do it. I don't know what I'm saying. And there's also a part of it as to where I ain't never played football before, so it's gonna be a whole nother thing to it. So football, it's cool. Like I really thought about it sometimes. Like, should I watch football? Like, is it really interesting? But at the same time, it's like, damn, I don't know if I can do that. That's rough. Yo, what's good, P? What's good? By the way, Z, did you peep what I posted in the what time is it? About 3:55. About 3:55. 3:55. Some shit just got to get delayed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If I start, sometimes I be sharp. But if I'm too on time, like if I end up being late and I try to start early, my breakdown is not gonna be as smooth. So I just got to make sure that everything solid beforehand. I got every clip memorized. By the way, y'all see the breakdowns. I got to memorize the clips before I talk about them. So just give me a little bit of time some days. So, but like I was saying though, Z, did you peep what I have put in the community tab? I'm gonna start putting some gems in the community tab. What time is it now, bro? It's Dame time. I low-key even forgot I even put that shit in the title. I even forgot I put that shit in the title. Like, you got it. I low-key even forgot I put that shit there. You posted about strength and hypertrophy. So I was doing some research, bro. I was chilling. I was chilling yesterday. Not really chilling. I was studying. I had a lot of fairly good amount of free time. But I was like, all right, let me find something to learn about because I'm really trying to improve this phase 2 that I'm adding to my program, right? And so what I ended up researching was hypertrophy because I kind of knew what it was, but I didn't really know what it was. And I'm not going to say everything as to which I learned because that's really going to be for the members. That's for the YouTube members. I'm going to start putting not just concepts like that, but I'm also start putting workouts, little things I'm experimenting with. Like when I go and do my workouts on a day-to-day basis. Because I've been recording some of the stuff I do so I don't forget. Right? Because a lot of this shit, I would experiment. Find some new shit to work out on that would work on a certain component. And then in time, I'll forget about it. And so I'm like, fuck it. I'll just set my phone up right quick. Record literally one set so I have it somewhere in my phone and I don't forget about it. So little workouts like that, I'm about to start posting. There's one of them I was doing that's for defense. I think I recorded shit like 2 weeks ago. But there's like a little defensive movement, defensive flow that I'm going to post in the community as well that I was working on. And it's really helped me a lot with my defense. In terms of movement, open up my hips, little things like that. Y'all don't understand. The key to defense is open up your hips, but nobody's ever taught you that, and nor have you ever even like understood why it's so important. But since I've been training it in certain ways, it's been able to help a lot. And so it's helped the defense and it's helped with jumping. But I got to lock in when it comes down to jumping. So let me make sure I got everything on the Discord. Discord checked right quick. I think someone literally just sent a message. Kijo just sent a message as I speak. He said, my knees been getting better. I'm playing more like a bucket now. If he playing like a bucket, he playing like a bucket. Who am I to judge? Your boys from Tampa playing today, Pat. I ain't know. If anything, I'm not no Tampa Bay fan. I'll be a Jaguars fan before I'm a Tampa Bay fan. That's wild. I ain't gonna lie. And I'll be an Eagles fan before I'm a Tampa Bay fan, because when I was in the last time I watched football, I was in 5th grade, and I was an Eagles fan, and that was like 2010. That was not 5th. It was like 3rd grade. Yeah, like 2nd, 3rd grade. I used to be playing flag football and shit. I used to be an Eagles fan back in like 2010. Mike Vick was on a Madden cover, I believe, when they had Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, and LaShawn McCoy. Because them motherfuckers was quick as shit. And so I was an Eagles fan way back then, but then it just fell off. I just started watching hoops all the damn time. So the last time I really watched football, I was an Eagles fan. But if I'm going to say now, if I'm going to be a fan of anything, it'll probably be Jags. Hold on. I can't see the full chat. Let me open up this in browser. The only ones left from Florida represent your state, dog, bro. I can't do that, bro. I can't do that. I can't. You gonna expect me to switch up? You don't expect me to switch up like that? I can't do that, bro. Can't do that. It's like there being 2 teams from, I think you in Serbia or some shit. Two Serbian teams or whatever, right? And then since one left, you just gonna go fuck with the other team when they're both in the same league. You can't do that, bro. It's like Lakers and Clippers. Why are you gonna do that? Croatia? Okay. I was thinking Serbia. I was like, wait, is that where fucking Jokic is from? Croatia, okay. It's like 2 teams being in that same country, in the same league, and then you just switch teams at the last second and say, oh, I'm going to start watching. I'm going to go fuck with this team because they're winning right now. Nah, bro, I can't do that. That's fake. The Mavs box score at halftime is crazy. Hardaway, 24 points. Kyrie, 18. Nobody else has more than 4 points. Wait, right? They playing right now? They're playing the game right now as I speak? Oh, they got games going on all day. Oh, so Luka's not playing. I could watch this shit live. Yeah, Luka's not playing. Kyrie 5 of 14. Ooh, that's rough. You're gonna be alright though. Hardaway Jr. Bro, y'all so sleep on Tim Hardaway Jr., bro. Y'all so sleep on Tim Hardaway Jr. I promise you, he one of them guys that's like, if you really watch him, you're like, bro, he could hoop. Not even if he just putting up numbers. Just watch him play, you're like, oh, he could hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he got game. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Rocket Sixers already played. Damn, they got games just all day, duh. Embiid, easy 40. Yo, he put 40 on Şengün. 40. Yo, 41 on Şengün Dome. 41-10 on Şengün Dome. Hey, y'all want a Şengün breakdown? Tell me when y'all want a Şengün breakdown. And let me know when if Şengün got a game where he go dumb. Or he just got a good matchup. I might just say fuck around and peep that. Like if Şengün plays, Embiid was a solid one. I could have low-key peeped. 30 minutes though? Damn, they got their ass beat. You only had Embiid play 30 minutes? Şengün versus Jokic? When's the next time they play? All right, let's see if they play again. Nope, they don't play again. Damn. He a decent 3D player, Hardaway. Decent? Jit smooth, bruh. Jit dumb smooth. He dumb nice, bro. He tripping. Decent 3. He not even no defender for real. He's really like a shooter, scorer, if anything. Really just a shooter and scorer, if anything. Jokic breakdown when he two-peats. If. Yo, do you think a team with like the 3 Nicolas next season, of course, would be able to with the three Nicolas in the same starting lineup would win a championship? You have Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jovic, and then you have the other motherfucker who about to be in the draft. That shit would be ridiculous. And we have 5 fouls in the middle of the third quarter, and they still lost. Where are the Rockets in the standings? Hold on. Where are the Rockets in the standings? Y'all said they making the playoffs. Number 10. Rockets are just as at this practically the same record as the Lakers and the Warriors. Yo, Vucevic too. I ain't gonna lie, that's ugly. That's an ugly lineup. Vuce and Jokic on the same squad. Pick and rolls all day. Drop coverage abused. That shit gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I forgot about Vucevic. Vucevic was in Orlando. I don't know how I forgot that. But I ain't gonna lie, that's not looking. The Jazz. Hold on. Remember what I told y'all? At the start of the season, they started ass. The Jazz started ass. But they've been putting shit together. They've been putting the shit back together. Number 9. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying they really comp, but they're in a position where they could just take up one of these spots for a team that's really trying to get in for real. Like the Rockets, Lakers, or Warriors. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be sad that one of these teams don't even make the play in. That would be absolutely sad. Very sad, very sad, very sad. D-Wade gonna have a statue, not gonna mention how he paints his nails though, not gonna mention that. Wait, what's the problem? He painting his nails. Everybody be painting their nails. Jalen Green paints his nails. All the motherfuckers, a lot of men nowadays paint their nails. Am I gonna do it? I don't know about that. I'm probably not the person to do so, but a lot of motherfuckers be painting their nails. 11 out of the last 13. The motherfuckers is on fire. 8-2 in the last 10. I ain't gonna lie, they on fire. They on fire. They on fire right now. I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping Jordan Clarkson would get moved, but if they're like in the looks for a play-in, I don't know if he's gonna get moved. On the fact that they're gonna try to at least get somewhere with it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try at least make the play-in and do something because that's gonna make them some money. So shit ain't no. I know it's not normal. I'm not going. Of course, I'm not gonna do it. It's some like 2020s shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not some shit that really happened until like fairly recent. You know what I'm saying? It's not some shit that happened until fairly recently. But let me see. I may even get this breakdown started dumb quick. Now, did y'all peep this? Did y'all peep this game? And also, let me tell y'all why I even watched this game, or what prompted me to watch this game. So it was like 10 o'clock last night. I seen it was in overtime. I watched like 2 minutes in the overtime. I was like, oh, let me see how this shit gonna go. Right? I think that was like down 4 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Kings had the ball or some shit like that. I was like, oh yeah, Bucks is done. Come to find out, when I wake up, Dame hits a game winner. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? And on that same day, right, earlier in that day, I was watching Anthony on JJ Redick's podcast, right? And he was talking about how Dame would actually be able to meticulously set up his closing the game out, right? And those game winners, those buzzer beaters and everything and whatnot, right? And so I was like, Dame just hit a game winner. The same day I watched that, let me see how Dame kind of pieces all this shit together to ultimately bring to what we know as Dame time, right? I was like, all right, let me see what he does first quarter, second, third, fourth, right? And I was like, okay. And then overtime, of course, they ended up having overtime. So boom, ended up even overtime. They really shouldn't have went there. Bucks sold it, and the Kings sold it in overtime. It was crazy, but that's what made me really want to watch that game. So I was like, all right, how does Dame clutch? You know what I'm saying? What makes Dame clutch? How does he approach it? What does he kind of do throughout the course of this game? How does he understand the feel of the game, most importantly? Because one of the most important things as to which I noticed in terms of that game in its entirety is how high scoring it was, like out the gate, right? It was like 68, 66 at halftime or some shit, right? And so like just seeing the game like that, as a player, you can't try to go in that game and just try to take over. Right, if you try to go and take that game over by yourself, you're gonna lose your teammates, and if you lose your teammates in the game going that fast, good luck really trying to be able to close that game out. It's gonna be rough. Again, with Anthony, he not that good. He don't raise the ceiling. I know he a dog from Orlando, but be real. He's only played like 15 games this season. He's only played like 15 games. He hasn't played a lot, and so like you see a lot of players at this point playing 40. Yo, what's good, Mix? How'd your surgery go, by the way? How'd the surgery go? How your ACL and your whole fucking knee looking like? I know you got dummy scars underneath that motherfucker, bro. How that shit looking? How that shit feeling? And don't they probably got you doing like them crazy pharmaceuticals and shit, like the opioids and perks and shit. In GTA, of course. I don't know what type of time YouTube be on, but I know they whatchamacallit, got you taking a whole bunch of shit because that pain. But you said Anthony's only played like 20 games. He's missed half the season. He broke his hand to start the season. So it's tough to be able to gauge that. So it's hard to say, oh, is he going to be able to push past this next level, or is he going to take him another year or two now that Dame is gone? So, like, you just got to kind of find out. I haven't been keeping up with him like that, but we're going to see in time. We're going to peep for sure. But, yeah, that's what kind of made me watch this game. And let me get some water, too. And I meant to ask you too, Z, right quick. What type of stuff are there any specific topics you would like me to post about in the members community, right? Is there anything specific in terms of basketball skill, workouts, concepts? Usually I may just post something that's what I may be learning about, but if I'm already doing something that's oriented or similar to that, why not give y'all exactly what you want to figure out with? Haven't moved my leg in 13 hours. I mean, shit, I would hope you don't move that motherfucker, because that shit is in shambles, my guy. It's in shambles, bro. So it is what it is. You gotta work with what you got, what you got, and I'm praying for you through this rehab, because I know that shit gonna be a motherfucker, especially if the time when you're able to first stand up and they tell you to start walking and shit, and then the amount of pain you're gonna end up having to go through, learning how to walk again, learning how to land again, and just having to build that trust again. Hopefully you got some good PT, some physical therapists and shit over there where you at. So hopefully there's no setbacks, no Lonzo Ball situations. So I know that should be tough. I struggle with sleep heavily. Okay, sleep. I already told y'all a couple things about sleep. One thing as to which I'm really trying to emphasize, like daily, like day in, day out, and making sure I do not push past the threshold, is my dinners. Because this is probably one of the most important things, because a lot of people usually eat dinner super late or too close to the bedtime, right? So when they know they're about to go to sleep, so they'll eat like an hour before. They won't just eat. They'll eat heavily. Like they'll get full, right? So by the time you go to sleep in an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2, I don't know, but 2, in my opinion, still isn't enough, right? So by the time you go to sleep at that point, your body is not even able to fully go to sleep, because your digestive system is still working to break down all that food that you just ate. And if your metabolism isn't naturally fast, right, you don't have a naturally high basal metabolic rate, BMR, or you're not super active to where once you're eating, you're replenishing your body, and that food's going to go down a little quicker, that food's going to sit, and now once you go to sleep, you're not able to hit those deep levels of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I'm pretty sure it's like theta and delta like levels of sleep, so it's gonna make it all tough. Yo, what's good? Chalet, what's good? I don't know how I'm gonna move. Shit hurts so fucking much. Patience, mix. It's a process. Take it day by day. Don't think too long term in terms of where you want to end up or what you want to end up getting back to, and getting back to that level. Just take it day by day. 0.01% progress daily. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a whole grind. So it may take 8-10 months or so, but you think about it like that, you're going to grow super anxious. That anxiety going to build up. And now each day you're going to be feeling long as shit. Pause. Right? And so by the time you end up like just operating, you're not able to like really maximize it to its fullest. So make sure that you continue to spend your time learning something, though. Even though you can't play basketball or anything like that, do anything physical, keep learning about something. Like find a new hobby, find a new interest, find something that you could do while on your spare time, while you can't really move and go about and do everything that's what you usually able to do. So I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was usually talking about like your legs just be hurting and shit like that. And it was like, yo, my knees are bad, when you used to be saying that shit a few months ago, and I was like, you probably just somebody who just got bad knees from hooping. Time to find out, the motherfucker Sean Livingston in this bitch. Guess he's Sean Livingston. I guess technically stay down. Hey, stay down till you up. Spurs scored 16 points in the first. Wait, hold on. In the first 16 minutes, they suck. They absolutely suck. They boo boo. They're boo boo. They're quite literally boo boo. They're boo boo, dog. Yo, they're boo boo. And y'all are so lucky right now, because the Magic right now, we got everybody out, bro. We just got Paulo, a one-man wrecking crew in this motherfucker, bro. This shit been rough, bro. Paulo's just been a one-man wrecking crew. No Franz. Fultz came back, it was alright, but like this shit been rough. Chill on my Spurs. Hey, y'all, your Spurs team about to have a whole goddamn switch up. Hey, that shit about to get goddamn shaken up like a goddamn baby rattle this offseason, because them motherfuckers playing so goddamn selfish. Y'all not letting Wemby shine. Why don't you let Wemby shine? And even if thinking about it from a player perspective, right? This is a star player, right? This being our star player, and the organization, all our revenue is really built upon him. If I get out of line if I don't do what's necessary for him to be able to shine, I'm gonna get gone. But now they don't want to pass the ball. They don't want to play through him, let him be the hub, right? And so ultimately now you're gonna see a bunch of players when time come the off season, or a few players get gone, right? And that's why I watched whatchamacallit. What game was it? Spurs. The last Spurs game I watched. Giannis against the Bucks. Keldon Johnson was coming off the bench, and y'all just paid him like 80 mil or some shit, right? Y'all just paid him. Hold on. Yeah, 4 years, 74, and he's coming off the bench. Why is he coming off the bench? He got the ball too much in his goddamn hands. You know what I'm saying? Give the ball to Wemby. Give the ball to Wemby. None of those guys will be star players anywhere else either. That's the thing too. It's not the only person I'll really keep is Vassell. That's it. I'll keep Vassell. Everybody else, you can pack your bags. And anybody else we bring in, it's now there's already a level of hierarchy and dominance essentially that's been established by Wemby already being there and everybody getting moved. So anybody that comes in, they can't try to take his shine because you already know what you're here for. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're trying to put in another piece and see, all right, how does this work? And you have a bunch of players who are a few years in trying to go and get paid and shit. So now it's making it all a little tougher. Pat, check Discord right quick. Discord where? Oh, your leg? That's rough, my guy. Oh, film page? That's rough. Mix, this is rough. This is rough. Pray for Mix. 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 That shit rough. I just hope that's why I'm so meticulous and always try to stay sharp with everything I do. My diet, my workouts, all of that, just so I could be able to prevent injury. That's how I seen it. Like the thing about me is that I learn from other people's experience, and I don't have to experience everything to be able to learn and incorporate it to my own life. Because I've already done seen 5, 10, 15, 50, 100 other people have something happen because they didn't do this. Why would I go about and do this myself? Where I do the same exact thing they did and have to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Why would I go and do that? I'm just gonna make sure I take the cautionary steps, the action plans to be able to prevent that from happening. And the thing with injuries, it's not like I could do one thing and I'm never gonna get injured again, right? The thing is it's probability. The better you work out, the more you train your body, the more you prepare your body, the lower the probability and likelihood it is of you getting injured and having that big time injury. So that's why I value all those little things. And then if you do value those things, you're gonna get so much more out of your body. What happened to you, Mix? Mix, was there any like specific play that you did that hurt your knee? Right? Was there any like there's one moment where it's like it just started feeling bad after this happened, or was it just like an accumulation where it just kind of got worse and worse and worse? Because you was playing on the shit. Like, you was talking about, I got a game here, I got a game here. Oh, this was like my film and shit. Like, I'm like, yo, motherfucker playing with the fucking Sean Livingston style and knee. Like, everything in that bitch was torn. Like, ACL, fucking MCL, all that shit. LCL, all that, bro. So was there like a one moment where it's like, oh shit, this don't feel right? As long as you didn't get shifted, I ain't gonna lie, that's a sad way to go out. You got shifted and everything your shit tear. Oh my gosh, that's rough. That's rough. I'm gonna start this breakdown. Get to this breakdown though. Let me pull everything up right quick. By the way, a lot of this breakdown, a lot of this Dame time breakdown, right? A lot of it is gonna y'all gonna be able to see how Dame is able to build his rhythm, so he could be able to get those buzzer beaters and be a clutch player. And y'all gonna see like what actually happens in between the start and the finish. Like, so you can see how it really builds on throughout the entire time. I know it says Fox in the title, but I have a few things on Fox early on. That's not an in-depth Fox breakdown. I'm not gonna do that quite yet. But the one thing that did shock me is he's shooting 39% from three. And I was like, damn, 39? and guess who got drafted over him? Lonzo Ball. Where's Lonzo Ball right now? Rehabbing. That's rough. But let me get this post on my IG too. Boom. Need to get this post on Instagram right quick. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on. Give me 1 sec, Mix. I know you sent some. Hold on. Hold on. Damn. Let me get that. Hold on. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Get that. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There we go. All right. So let me go here, here. Let me see what Mix said. By the way, I don't know if I said this already, but the first time I went to the hospital, orthopedics dude said I didn't have anything. ACL and both meniscus tear. Bro, I be telling y'all, doctors really don't be knowing what the fuck they doing. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, just kind of even seeing like the medical programs and just how schooling is when it comes down to that. Like, it's no surprise as to how people get into the field, and then you go to the doctors and they say, oh, I don't know what this is, or it might not be this, or oh, I don't see anything. Like, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense to me. It's like, oh, like, this is what they taught you. They told you how to do this, and like, and I can't even imagine how it is in your country, because over here it's already ass, right? So like, I'm just like, you really have to have a passion for it for you to be able to understand it. So like that, to be able to get to that level and have the people that understand it, that's like the real specialist, like not just the general doctor and the regular doctor, like the more specific ones. Like, I'd be forgetting what it's called, like sports orthopedics and things like that, like those specific doctors, not your regular check-in, check-up doctor. Like, they really don't be knowing shit. Like, they could tell you the typical basic symptoms of something like an ankle sprain. Beyond that, really can't do much. So, let me get a little bit more water. Let me get a little bit more water. You said, like I explained what happened, knee bone rotated inwards and went back in place. They said, nah, no way, if that happened, all the ligaments in the way, and you'll be worse pain. Where all my ligaments are destroyed. The fuck you mean? Another thing is that I feel like who was it? There's somebody else to which had like an ACL and some shit injury, and then they didn't feel it for a long ass time. Like, I think meniscus tears are one of the most common to where you play with, but ACL, it was probably like a partial ACL tear, like some slight tear, but regardless, it's still a tear. So the fact that you're still able to move on it and shit and not really feel it like that, like, and be in that much pain, is crazy. But that's why, like I was saying with doctors, they really don't, a lot of them don't be knowing what they're talking about. Delayed the surgery 1 month. Damn, you could have been shoulda, coulda, woulda. We not gonna live in that. We not gonna live in no shoulda, coulda, wouldas. All right, it is what it is. You gotta work with what you got, and you'll be all right, bro. Trust. Now you gotta fade them. Bro. Chill. It's just you can't bend your knee a lot. But prior to, like when it was hurt. Because I know whatchamacallit. Who didn't Zion have like a meniscus tear for a little bit and played on it, and then he figured out he had a meniscus tear or some shit. But I know meniscuses are like you could play through it, but ACLs I didn't really know it was like that. Or you try to bend it, simply doesn't bend. That's rough. But y'all ready? Y'all want to lock in? Meniscus is the jumping stuff? Okay. I haven't even got to that part of understanding ligaments in themselves, so I don't really know too much. Appreciate the education portion of it though, Mix. I'm gonna still do my own research. But let me slow this down. Yeah, I know if they wanted and they let me. That's the thing too. Like you said, you was already moving and grooving with it. It's just that your mobility, your range of motion was extremely limited, and the amount as to which you could actually like plan and put force into, of course, is limited as well. Which is why you're saying, "Oh, I could barely even get off the ground." You know what I'm saying? I remember you said that shit a little while ago. You're like, "Oh, I could barely get off the ground," and before you know it, I can see why you could barely get off the ground. That whole shit was your whole fucking shit was fucked up. So, but yeah, y'all locked in? Y'all locked in? Y'all locked in? Y'all locked in? Dame time. It's Dame time. It's Dame time. It's Dame time. It's Dame time. And y'all gonna see that. Y'all gonna see a lot of pick and rolls, right? And the main thing I want y'all to be able to understand from this entire breakdown is how Dame is able to, how he's able to pattern his aggression throughout the entire course of a game, right? Where he's not hyper aggressive or he's not super passive. Like how he's able to guide his aggression accordingly throughout the course of a game. So that's like a misstep. That's rough. that should have been your red flag off rip. But no need to harp on the past because we're sitting here in the present, and if you continue to think about the past, you're not going to be able to maximize your present. So let's lock in. Let's lock in. We're going to talk about De'Aaron Fox to start, but then as it gets into like the second, third, fourth quarters, it's going to be practically all Dame, right? But I did want to say a couple of things about De'Aaron Fox, right? And so on a play like this, when De'Aaron Fox comes off this handoff, boom, gets Brook Lopez off the floor, layup, right? Y'all got to understand mentally how it's feeling to be in a situation like this, right? Because a lot of people would think, oh, as I get off this handoff, I'm going to get downhill, I'm going to get here, and I'm just going to pump fake and drop it off, and he's going to bite. But in reality, you're going to the situation with a clear mind, right? You have a clear mind in this entire situation. So even as De'Aaron Fox is getting here, as that ball is coming up, he's not just fully thinking about, am I going to shoot? Am I going to pass? He just has to make the read and see how Brook Lopez reacts. And then he's going to make the proper play according to his reaction. So boom, drop off to Sabonis. And then even that clear out by Murray made it even better. Or by Herter. I'm not sure which one it was. And right here with Dame. That heavy step by Dame, he just be blown by motherfuckers with that same thing, but that's a counter to it. Y'all got to understand. Understand the motion. I'm understand the movement. Pete. Pause. Play. Okay, here we go, right? Notice this. Even he shot and missed, Sabonis would have grabbed that. To be honest, if it went left off the rim, he would have got it. The whole right side, though, was, you seen, whatchamacallit. You seen a lot of players also on the other side, like help defenders and shit, so it would have been a little tougher. But they were occupied, so maybe. We'll see, though. Regardless. But Pete, though, right? One of Dame's favorite go-to moves to get blow-bys, right, is this little heavy step right here. That little skip. This skip right there, right? But what he's going to be able to do in this situation with his favorite move is have a counter out of it, right, by reading Fox, which now, boom, tween, right? Really see how he's able to pattern that, right? Understand, look, he's going to do it twice, right? Here, boom, right there, that skip right there, heavy step. Then the skip again, another heavy step. And now he's just reading Fox. Fox is still square. He takes that step, boom, tween, creates all that space, right? And that's a counter off of a go-to. So he has his set of moves that he likes to use, but and then after that, he just adds layers and counters on top of them. Dame is one of the most simple players you'll see in the NBA, right? One of the most simple players. Like a lot of his go moves, a lot of his attacks, you'll see him use the same thing over and over and over again, and it's still effective, right? That's just his game. And now he's able to, boom, get straight into the step back. First three goes down, cool, about 3 minutes into the game. Hey, play between like in 2K and you love it. I have not played 2K. This is the first time I haven't played this 2K. This is the first time I haven't played a new 2K in probably 7 years. Which just shows you one thing, which is that I'm locked in. All right, so boom. This right here with De'Aaron Fox, right? I ain't gonna lie. This is something that shocked me because De'Aaron Fox is shooting 39% from three. And you know who was drafted over him, right? Lonzo Ball. Kind of crazy, right? But these little reads right here, right? It's something as to which he probably went into the offseason with that emphasis on, right? And which is really why he was able to increase his shooting percentage so much, right? And I could guarantee this. Yeah, I'd be having to spend my time. Yeah, I ain't gonna, if you hurt, shit, fuck it, why not? If you hurt, fuck it, why not? But look, peep this, right? Because a lot of y'all probably don't understand, but if you look at the numbers, De'Aaron Fox jumped 7% in three-point percentage this season from last season at 39% right now. And it's because he learned this shot right here, right? Learning how to shoot underneath screens. He probably went into the offseason and drilled this shit day in and day out because this is an easy opportunity for a three if your defenders always go underneath you and they're scared you're going to get to the rim, right? Because you could use this screen as use that handoff as a screen, right? And so now you have all that space, right? So right off that handoff, you have all this space. This is not no hand. So now it's just a matter of getting those reps up and getting comfortable taking that shot. Don't be spamming Taco Bell like this is wild as fuck. But peep this right here with Dame. Look, a lot of y'all even don't understand this portion of it, right? Look. The key to being a good off-ball player is being able to actually make reads and not premeditate your moves. When Dame gets into these actions, he's reading the actions and waiting for the moment that a defender releases from his body and he has a little bit of space so he could go, right? And so notice, cut by Jackson, the second that De'Aaron Fox gets flat-footed and held up and worried about the cut, he leaves. And now this is miscommunication. Now he's wide open, three from the top from that slot. Bounce, 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 drop, pause, right? Bucket. That timing is vital. The flex action, any off-ball action, you need to read the screens that's actually going on. Bop. You already see what's about to happen. And this move right here, right? This push cross, right? That's one of the moves as to which could get easily picked if you don't use it at the right time. So you got to understand, right? When you get into these ball screens and when you end up using this push cross, right? The way as to which you got to use this push cross, you got to use it at the right range, right? Because it's going to cover a lot of ground in front. So, we ran that at U14 crazy. I mean, some coaches know grab a couple plays from some teams and just spam the motherfuckers. Right, but peep this though, right? The push cross is one of the moves you got to use when you're in range because if you don't, right, the defender who may be right in front of you could easily read that and that hand will be closer to the ball, right? And so now what ends up happening is, boom, he ends up getting that picked, right? Because that range as to which he played at. If you watch my Jalen Brunson breakdown, right, you'll see when he uses that push cross or he counters it with the in and out, the range as to which he's using that push cross or countering it with the in and out. Right, it's going to be with a good amount of feet between him and his defender. So then he has room to be able to actually push cross and get downhill. Then Lillard gets picked right there. So just be careful when you use that move. Understand your ranges. And if they are a little closer, make sure you use the move a little tighter. Another one of them. Look. Another one of them. This is why he's shooting 39%. He drilled this all offseason. I can guarantee you that. Because he's shooting them with absolutely no hesitation. Knocking them down. Right? Went from 32 to 32, 33 or some shit to 39. Which is crazy. It's crazy in hindsight. I'm a U14 assistant coach and what some of these coaches out there is discussing. A lot of coaches be sorry. Another thing right there on De'Aaron. Another thing, right? So, if you can't hang your dribbles, it's going to limit your ability to be effective when making reads. Because this hang dribble right here by De'Aaron, right? Not that one. This one right there gave him the time to read Brook Lopez, right? Notice. Right? Pete, look. This whole hang. Because this is the only person that in a drop coverage you really have to read at this point in time. And as he makes that hang, he gets into space. And once he reads that Brook Lopez is committed to the roll, he's able to go straight up and doesn't have to take another dribble to get straight into a shot. The ball's already up high. So now he just picks the ball up from right here and just goes straight up in. So now that release is quicker over the top of Bobby Portis, bucket. And I want to talk about help defense quick as well right here too. Something I thought about that could really like make a defense extremely good. Like extremely good, I'm telling you. Like, because I had thought about it for a second. I was like, is this too much that I'm asking for? But then in reality, I was like, you just have to build the habit and make sure you're disciplined with the habit, right? So all this to say, right, when it comes down to help defense, one thing as to what you can do to be able to be a really good defensive unit, right, or even just a good defensive player is that when you see help, that you automatically think rotate, right, instead of wait, right? Because notice what a lot of players will do, right? You're going to see exactly what a lot of players do right here on this play. So when you play help defense, what a lot of players will do, right, boom, their man gets past them, they get help. Boom, their next player gets past them, they get help. But what never happens as a habit is that the person that that had to step over and help doesn't go and help the person that helped them, right? So oftentimes this is going to lead to open shots. So now you think, all right, how could you be able to limit that? And mind you, it's not no easy thing to do as well. This is something that has to be extremely ingrained and drilled and super disciplined on when practicing and just playing, right? Which is mentally, once you understand that you got beat and then you got help, you automatically think, where do I go next, right? You automatically think next instead of thinking, oh, boom, they got my help, I'm good, I'm chilling, right? Instead of sitting there relaxing, you automatically think, where's the next player that I got to get to? So then we could be able to properly be matched up, right? So ultimately, this would end up being, all right, Connaughton helped over, boom. And then Giannis helped Connaughton. Connaughton goes back and gets that corner like that instead of just watching the ball, right? You just have to eliminate that habit. And it's tough to do because basketball is quick, but that's exactly what practice is for. Mongo there could have fucked the play up. He had to relocate faster. Talking about this one? Or probably talking about the one before. It'll keep it pushing though, right? Look. Also, right? Look, in this first half, right, you've seen a few plays with Dame being aggressive, right? And now he's going to be aggressive according to the matchup and what could be available to him. So, look, this is one of the things, like, this is what's going to, I really want to emphasize the aggression, right? So, look, to start the game out, when Dame has an opportunity as to which is in his favor, he's going to go and attack it. If he doesn't, he's not going to. He's not going to force nothing. So when he has Keegan Murray on him in the first quarter, you're going to see him drive and attack him a lot because he knows he has that speed advantage. Connaughton could have catched that boom turnover on Dame, but got his angle and got into the lane, right? So I kind of want you to understand that. Murray on him again. Fox is out the game, subbed out. So what's going to happen once again? Boom. This is when Damian Lillard is going to be aggressive. When he has a matchup that's really in his favor. Boom. Now we got that leg right there and then. Now, boom, end of quarter, right? That play right there. I want y'all to understand one thing about this too. And y'all be sleep on Bobby Portis. Y'all be sleep on Bobby Portis, right? But let me go back to what's happening at the top, right? So now, end of quarter, Dame with Keegan Murray on him, right? Giannis screen. Dame is walking out, going lateral with no intention to score. Why? Because he understands where the leverage is, right? And how we could be able to manipulate Sabonis in a situation like this, right? Because understand, even though Dame is moving more left and is not getting any closer to the rim, Dame could be a logo threat, but are you really going to guard him all the way up here at this point in time? No. And Sabonis at this point, he's just moving laterally, not getting back in front of Giannis, all because Dame is moving lateral, right? So at this point, this is really just complete disregard for what Sabonis is doing. He's really, really manipulating him, right? Because Dame isn't no scoring threat. And so at this point in time, Dame's just like, all right, I'm going to give this to Giannis because I got Sabonis stepping over. I got Murray on me, right? So I don't even need to look to score, right? Why even waste my energy trying to do so? So now Giannis, boom, he gets that swing to Portis. And like I said, Bobby Portis is dumb nice. Any modern big, right, coming up should watch Bobby Portis. But a lot of players won't because of ego and they want to be like Embiid and Jokic or some shit like that. But I'm going to talk about that a little later as well. I got a couple clips on Giannis too. This is one of them. But peep this, right? What makes Giannis so tough to guard is that do you guard speed or do you guard force, right? And so in a situation like this, you got a big who right there decided to pick force, right? Instead of speed. You see him get loaded up, bring that arm up, ready for the contact that he's going to get hit. But what's going to end up happening is that Giannis mixes speed in with force. So once you're trying to brace for that hit, he's using his speed and his length and his strides to be able to get to exactly where he wants. And now he gets a good look on the glass. That's what makes it so tough, bro. Like, that was one of the best examples I could see because you literally see him wall up, like literally try to get strong to take on that bump. But Giannis, the speed, the length, the stride, like it's already, boom, he's gone regardless. And boom, right here. I like this position. This is one of my favorite positions. Look. Notice. And this is something all y'all got to understand. Look. These are the type of possessions y'all should train for, right? Fox off a drag screen, kick to Herder. Herder, monk in the corner. Catch, jab, attack in the paint. Paint touch, kick out back to the perimeter. Boom, swing to Fox. Fox catches, jabs, boom, gets into the paint. And at this point, making the basic reads, having your head up, right? And seeing Giannis, oh, he's a footer. I'm not going to get all the way down to the paint. I'm going to get halfway out, even a little further, and I'm going to get to my float. That's the type of shit y'all should practice on because y'all will be in spot-up situations 10 times more than you will be in isolation situations. And if you are playing in isolation situations, your coach probably really don't want you to because you know you probably ain't going to be able to cook like that. It is what it is, right? At all levels of basketball, around 25 to 20% of every possession throughout the entire game is played off the spot-up. So if you're spending your time in the gym trying to be the ISO player when only maybe one, maybe two players on a team are able to play isolation, you're wasting your time in the gym, right? Even in pick and rolls, not every guard, not every player is going to be able to play pick and rolls, right? You'll probably play some handoffs. I guarantee you'll play off the catch, you'll play off the spot up, but you just want to work on isolation. You want to work on the step backs, the side steps, all that stuff. But in reality, that's just not where you're going to be at in the game. So you just got to work on the shit that you're actually going to be guaranteed to do in the game. Which is playing off the spot up, playing off the catch, catching, jabbing, attacking, catching, attacking the catch, right? Boom, shot. All these little other footworks that involve catch and shoot. Work on that shit instead of trying to work on all the shit that's to what you probably will never do. And this is another one of them reads. That's another one of them things. If y'all learn how to make these style of reads, if y'all just learn how to make these reads, look, this shit gonna play. This shit keeps slowing down. My bad. I can't do shit about that. But boom, peep, right? This is something as to which y'all also gotta make sure y'all work on, right? Being able to make these reads off the ball. And these read especially when someone tries to jump and beat you out on the other side of the screen. If you can recognize that and be able to turn that handoff and that player who gave you the ball into a shield almost, right? Use that as a screener to hide you from the player trying to contest, you'll just get open looks, right? But it's about your ability to go about and make these reads instead of just being a robot and just always catching and not seeking where you could be able to make a play. Ultimately, the one thing that really does stop a lot of players from being able to do that is because they go too fast. If you really just slow down, right? If you just slow down, look at Herder's pace, right? Notice as soon as this plays, right? The key to being able to make any sort of read is pace. Look at Herder's pace. Boom, cut occurs. And now since he was not going max speed where he's not trying to rush into the next thing, he was able to see campaign jump into the other side. So he stays more left. So now he's able to get an open look because Alex Len is right there between him and the person trying to go and contest out on him. And now right here to a Giannis, right? Walking the dog, right? This is something as to which a lot of players do pointlessly and don't understand that this could really serve a purpose, right? Y'all got to understand. So it doesn't matter what level it is. NBA is most prominent because really that's what we see all the time. But anytime you're going to walk the dog, at least do it with a purpose. And notice what Giannis is looking at this whole time, right? Look, He's looking at Bobby Portis, right? And he's going to end up picking the ball up right now because he's going to end up getting a screen all the way down here at the elbow. And not a screen from Bobby Portis. Notice who's really going to be a screener. Really, his own teammate. The defender's own teammate was in his own way, and now they really can't make that switch. And he understands also that Trey Lyles in this situation is really blind to the screen, right? You're really blind to that screen on the fact that it's so far back and you're really not even anticipating that being a screen. So Alex Len probably even called that shit out. All right, Bobby Portis was probably just standing there. And he just made sure that his angles are sharp and he got from the top all the way to the rim, which is where Giannis always wants to go. And now right here too. Let's get back to Dame though. Let's get back to Dame. So understand this too, right? When Dame is playing, Dame's going to get a high volume of pick and rolls, handoffs, right? Understand that. First things first, right? And so since Dame's such a high volume pick and roll handoff player, you got to understand the coverages you're going to see. Drag screen occurs, Sabonis picking up a few feet in front of the three-point line, right? Off a drag, right? Now, boom, throws it back to Lopez. He's going to end up getting it back. And now where does Sabonis end up picking up? Right back at that three-point line. So Dame right now, he can't try to be extremely aggressive when he's seeing two every single time he comes off these screens. So he's going to end up being extremely passive in a sense, but it's really just making the right play and not trying to force his hand. And so understand that aggression going forward and how that's going to set up the fourth quarter and overtime. And now Monk, understand this. I ain't gonna lie, he's a blur. I got to put this full speed because motherfucker's a blur. Look at this shit, right? Look. Hey, look at Monk's speed, right? Look how fast he's going to go, right? Understand. Bop, straight down the floor. Can't do shit about it. Even though you see him going this fast, right? Look, I'm going to play this in slow motion right quick. I got to say what I got to say. Look, even though you see Monk going that fast, doesn't mean you got to do so because the speed Monk is going, his brain can process that speed. You got to almost think of your brain in basketball and how fast you go like a computer, right? If you're trying to play, say, like Call of Duty on some laptop that was made in 2004, right? Is that shit really gonna be able to process, right? Is that processor gonna be able to process that game, right? So you can actually be able to see the game, or is that shit gonna end up just fucking whatchamacallit, like glitching out or some shit, right? It's not gonna be able to work, and so you got to kind of think about basketball in the same sense. You got to make sure you go as fast as you can while still being able to process and read the floor, right? So in Monk's case, he could be able to read a backpedaling defender going that fast. You, on the other hand, you may or you may not. Usually, probably not. But in time, you're going to be able to even improve that speed once you're able to read the game even quicker, right? And that really also starts with being able to watch film and understanding the game so your brain could be able to keep up at that speed that your body does. And now once again, Pete, look, now Dame, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Keegan Murray on him. What's going to end up happening, right? This is when he's going to be aggressive and decide to go and break some of these plays, right? Even though he don't really get anything out of it, understand his aggression and what he's trying to get at, right? When he has a certain matchup. And now right here with Giannis. These pull-ups by Giannis, I hate them. I hate those pull-ups. They're just so, it's just so whack, bro. Look, and the thing about this too, right? Look, this is really for all y'all, right? Hey, this is how y'all be looking like when y'all be in the gym doing y'all dribble pull-ups. But y'all gotta understand, that's not gonna work for y'all, right? Look, Giannis could do this shit, a premeditated pull-up. You can see that shit coming from a mile away because they're already giving him up the shot, right? He can't shoot already. So Sabonis still is gonna give him a late hand. He ain't even gonna jump out. You shoot, that's a service to us, a disservice to you, right? But on the other hand, if you're a perimeter player, point guard, shooting guard, wing, right? Usually a typical player not shooting, say, as bad for your level as Giannis, right? Then what you come on? I just lost my train of thought. Shooting not as bad as Giannis, then you're not going to be able to just have a premeditated and loaded up dribble pull-up like it is right there. You don't have the time. You won't be able to have the reads. You won't have the space. It just won't work, right? So you got to make sure you take your dribble pull-ups in a flow, right? To where you're able to say rip through, then make the next read, just get straight up into the mid range. Watch the Clay, like a Clay Thompson if you're a spot up player, or watch like a Kobe if you're someone who uses a triple threat a lot, and how the type of reads they make and why they actually get to the mid range. And don't do premeditated shit like that, because that's only gonna hurt you. And now right here too, I want y'all to peek this. This is vital, right? This is vital. Understand the spacing. Giannis sending a step-up screen, Malik Beasley in the corner, right? And understand the coverage is still the same, right? Dame already knows what's going to happen right here, and he understands also the spacing off the ball, right? There's no player on this right wing, and so now he has a lot of room to be able to get right and not have to worry about any other help defenders. So he gets right, he gets a little wide, and now Malik Beasley shakes up out this corner as Malik Monk tags, because this is going to give Dame a passing lane and an angle to get it to Beasley, right? Because understand, had Beasley just stayed in this corner, that line of pass to get there would have to go through the hands of Sabonis, Monk probably also jumping up high, and now Malik Beasley probably won't have a shot. And so the key about being this player is you don't even think about where the ball handler is moving at times, if that's too much for you to think. Just look at the ball and see, can they see me, right? And is there any defenders between me and the ball? And if there is, if that line of sight is blocked, then you must move so that they can be able to see you, right? You got to create another passing angle. So now Malik Beasley shakes up, boom, gets that three from that wing, right? He's passive right now. Understand, he's engaging his teammates. That's the most important part right now. He's engaging his teammates. It's another important part too. Another important part, right? Peep this too. First things first, look at the score. 66-66. 40 seconds left in the second. This is a high-scoring game. If Dame went into this and decided to say, let me try to force my hand and make plays for myself, they probably will not be able to keep up with all that scoring. Because Dame probably not going to go for 60. You know what I'm saying? Just on any given night, just go for 60 like that, right? So in a game like this, you have to make sure you get all your teammates engaged, right? So now, understand Sabonis in his coverage right now and how this differs from the ones we did before, right? Remember how he was picking up above that three-point line on that drag? Sabonis picks up right inside that three-point line. That little difference made a big difference, right? Because now once Dame is able to get here, stay on the inside, Monk pinched in, not really helping because he's guarding Beasley. Boom, Giannis got that roll, empty corner as well at that. So now, boom, he gets that lay. So Dame has got to not force his hand. He's got to allow the game to come to him and not try to force his own bucket to try to get his own. Because Dame is also one of them guys who can flip the switch like that, and y'all are going to continue to see that. Another one of them plays. Pete though. This is one of the few times you're going to see Dame go downhill, right? Look, understand how this step-up screen is different, right? Flips it. So now Sabonis, and as Dame spins away, Sabonis is going to be out of position. He's stepping over, right? Overcommitted. He's not already set. So jumping out to the right, not being set, Dame is able to cut back to the middle, and now he's getting into the paint, right? This is the opportunities Dame has to be able to get into the lane. And now by getting into the lane, you understand there's going to be help, right? So now help stepping over. Who do I have that's open? Boom, kicks it to Beasley. Beasley, low-key, did a little too much, and understand that was also a premeditated move similar to Giannis's pull-up. Because had Beasley just caught this, made this pump fake, and not even try to think of going left prior to, he would have just taken a one dribble pull-up, going to his right, bucket. Instead of taking a dribble to his left, spinning away, and doing all that. You even see Brook Lopez throw his hands in there like you doing low-key doing too much. So boom, shoots that, he misses that. It really should have been a bucket. And now this right here too. If you space the floor out like this is just gonna be like, how are you gonna stop that, bro? Because look, the thing with Milwaukee, right? The way as to which teams are able to stop Giannis is if they build a wall. But how can you really build a wall if you put Dame one pass away from Giannis? So now at this point, you're really automatically getting past this level of help. And if you do help in too much, you got Dame. And then also you probably have Chris or you have Brook. If you just properly space the floor out the right way each time, teams like Milwaukee, a team like Phoenix really should be unguardable, right? But it's about how well are you able to as a coach, really on the coaches. How are they able to incorporate a system that allows you to do so every single time down the floor, right? That's what it really boils down to. And if they do this consistently, if Phoenix does that consistently, allow each other to play off each other's gravity, good luck trying to stop these teams offensively. But Phoenix doesn't do a great job of that. It's just like, oh, here you go, here you go, here you go. Like they all just kind of take turns. And now right here. This is another one of them plays. Look. So what's going to end up, they're trying to get a handoff, right? But you see De'Aaron jumping out on that. So Dame, boom, backdoor. This is when he goes away from the play and isn't necessarily forcing his hand, right? So now, still not forcing his hand, swings that to Beasley in the corner. Them little things like that, like he's not trying to really seek breaking the play, but if the defense gives him something to then go and attack, he's going to go and take advantage of it, right? You could probably see it better going throughout the rest of this breakdown too. There's going to be even better examples. This is another play, but I want to talk about Brook Lopez on this one, right? Brook Lopez on this one. Look, Dame gets off the screen, boom, not forcing his hand, sees a big picking up in front of the three-point line, makes the politically correct pass, right? So now, when it comes down to bigs, you know bigs are uncomfortable playing low, right? And so, since they're so big already, they're not going to really want to get to that level, but it could be a detriment to an extent in a situation like this, because one of the most important things when it comes down to shooting is establishing your base. And if you're a big man, if you're a stretch big, and if you don't establish your base, and if you're not comfortable getting low enough just to have a base to shoot, it's gonna hurt because you're gonna catch, and then you're gonna have to catch, dip, and then by that time you give the defender more time to be able to get to you and give you a contest, right? But saying a situation like this, you're able to already be in that base to where once you make this catch, you're already low, you don't gotta dip into that, then you're able to speed that shot up just this much, right? And in basketball, that makes the biggest difference. So make sure you just train low enough if you're a stretch big to be able to have a base at least on a shot, right? Dribbling, you need an even lower base, but at least get one for a shot. And now right here too, understand the coverage. This is one of the wrinkles as to which they could have been able to prevent that double, right? Or prevent that hard hedge that Sabonis was doing. Look, so understand, anytime Milwaukee ran a regular pick and roll, right, you'd see Sabonis or Alex Len or Lyles already stepped up in front of that three-point line, right? But the second they begin to run something just a little different, right, maybe just a double screen, notice where Sabonis is, right? He's late on that step up, right? So now this is going to tell Dame, I could turn this corner. And even once he turns this corner, he's not thinking, oh, finally, I got past this double at the top, I could go score. He's still going to give the ball up and make the right play to his teammates. Because if they want to be able to keep score within this game, he's going to make sure his teammates have to be engaged, right? If he doesn't, good luck, right? They'll probably really lose this game. Now, once again, notice, where's Sabonis? Look, drop back. I do not know why, as a coaching staff, that you can't recognize the fact that they're switching up these coverages they're switching up these pick and roll coverages just according to how you enter the action. If it's a regular ball screen, step up, drag, they're already set. But if it's a double screen, right, going one direction specifically, right, instead of like a horn set, or if it's a handoff like you're going to see later, Dame's not going to have to worry about a player doubling him right off that screen, right? So on Milwaukee's part, it's really bad coaching that you're not spamming this because you're preventing a double coming off the screen. And this is Dame's, like this is a gold mine for Dame right here. If you want to allow him to get his rhythm, you must find a way to be able to alleviate that because his ability to shoot off screens, magnificent, spectacular, right? And so ultimately, why not see that? How can you not see that throughout the course of a game? You know what I'm saying? He ended up missing this, but the quality of look is just, oh, we found a way to get rid of that double team. Why not continue to go after it? I don't know. It's those mid-game adjustments that are really going to be vital. And if you can't even recognize this in a game that's in a game you're just really trying to win, just trying to get a dub on, like, when the playoffs come around, the pressure gonna get to your head, and you're not gonna be able to see anything at all. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, right? And then once again, like I was saying, look, I don't understand why they didn't go after this, right? So now this is a handoff, right? This is a handoff, and now Sabonis dropped back. Why is Sabonis even dropped back, right? Sabonis has dropped back because Giannis has the ball in hand. He's told to sag off, right? And in doing so, Dame gets the catch here, and he's not going to force his hand once again, right? He's going to continue to keep his teammates engaged, right? So now, since Sabonis is so far back, this forces Herter to step over from Beasley, because or else Dame would have a whole lane going into the paint, going to the rim, or just a shot, right? So now, boom, he kicks to Beasley. Beasley now gets his shot off. He finished with like 22, 23, keeping his teammates engaged, because on Dame's part, he don't really need to get up all these shots to necessarily have his rhythm to knock down the shot. He could turn it on like that. Y'all gonna see. Peep that too. It's the little things. It's the little things. It's the little things. Right? Peep from the start. Peep from the start. Look, this is vital right here. Get your spacing. You got Beasley to get out. Boom, sent him to that corner. Sent Portis out as well. So now Giannis is coming over and setting this screen, right? And the most important part about that, empty corner, right? And so what's going to end up happening is the help is going to be coming from this side instead of there also being a help defender here and there. So the moves Giannis is going to use at this point might have not been there had there been a corner player right there. So now, boom, Giannis float right there. Dame still allowing his teammates to remain engaged, giving the ball up according to what the defense gives. Another situation. This is another handoff situation, right? So just understand, you got Sabonis late on a step up because Giannis had the ball in hand. Why not continue to spam the action so you can get the most out of Dame, right? This is Dame's favorite shit to do. I don't know if they haven't recognized it. I don't know if they just don't, like, they may know or they're just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's like, why not continue to run this? Because you're getting rid of that double. You know what I'm saying? Continue to getting rid of that double. Make them switch up that coverage. And now if you make Sabonis play up on Giannis, it's just going to make it even tougher to do because you play up, boom, slip right out that handoff. Or if you got to switch with Giannis, boom, you play off of that. Shit, you may as well replace me with Adrian Griffin. Shit, fuck that. Put me on one of them seats. Fuck that. Fuck it. But now, even though Dame didn't even get that bucket, he's able to have his lanes. He's able to get somewhere and get a look that he likes. And so that's the most important part. Another opportunity. Another one. That is something so small. I don't know if y'all heard about the controversy of this game, how Mike Brown got kicked out, but this was one of the plays as to which Mike Brown was frustrated about because this contact, right? His hand was there, and when refs see something small like that, they're gonna be robots to make the call essentially, right? Even if that contact was minimal, marginal, and it didn't really have influence, and Dame sold it, right? They're gonna call it. So at that point in time, Mike Brown's just like, damn, like really, like you see him right here, you know what I'm saying? So even on Dame's part, right? On Dame's part, going back to Dame, throughout the course of all this going on, him passing to his teammates, him not trying to force his own hand, he has the traits and the habits, the traits and the habits to be able to, even though he is in that passing mode, right, where doesn't have too many looks, the second he's able to feel something like this, he could just go straight up because now I'm able to go and get a rhythm from the free throw line and get my shots without taking time off the clock. So now that's really preserving possessions and allowing more time for his teammates to be able to get more looks and for them to continue to be engaged. And now right here, once again, late quarter situation, right? Peep. Dame late quarter situation. You see Bobby Portis stepping up. Brook Lopez looking at the clock. But Portis, though, peep that. Slips out. This is where the whole Sacramento defense got thrown into flux. Because Monk was just like, damn, he seen it, told him to step over. Now what is Dame going to do? Make the correct pass. Not going to try to force his hand and be the hero, right? Just give it up to Bobby Portis. And now the thing with Bobby Portis, too, is if you're a modern big, like I said before, y'all better watch Bobby Portis, bro. Buddy is nice. Buddy is nice. One of these days, I may just have a not necessarily. I don't even want to say role player breakdown, but hidden like the players that are really good but don't really get like people don't really talk about. You know what I'm saying? The players that y'all should really study. So like Bobby Portis, Tim Hardaway Jr., like guys like that really got game and are able to excel and thrive in their role. It could make like what, if you want to really boil it down to money, right? From just a random hooper's perspective, they could make $15-20 million a year. It's not 60, but goddamn, 15, 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to just talk about the money point of it, like on teams, they could probably even make 20, upwards of 20 to 25. You know what I'm saying? Because the way some teams be paying, they just be like, shit, we need something. You know what I'm saying? So players like that, I may have a stream for that coming soon. And now right here too. Both got, bro, what the fuck? Oh, I might have to peep that shit. Hold on, who are they playing? Hey, Pete, who are they playing right now? I'm going to go over this play, but I'm going to peep in a second. But look, right? And now I want y'all to understand this. This is the first time you're going to see Dame do this. Reject the screen. He's saving the different ways he could attack the pick and roll for what's going to go on later on in the game, right? So now, boom, instead of always trying to be aggressive in the first or the second or the third, saves us for the fourth. And even though he does get blocked, right? Understand just how he's attacking these situations and these plays, right? He's just preserving a lot of the things that he has in his bag. He may know it's there before, right? But he's not just going to use it at that point in time. First possession back into the fourth as well at that. So understand he got in. It's like, okay, let me try to find a way I could get mine right quick. Let me see what other ways I could be able to get to my spot. The Pels, okay. Yeah, Pels is not no easy team either. Not like they're a sorry team. Also, peep this. There's little details right here. Little details. Right, so look. Giannis on the step up. Now, most importantly, I want you to notice Dame's angle as he gets past the screen. Right, notice. Boom. Right there. You just see him kind of go in a straight line laterally. But in doing so, he puts himself in a bad spot because the way Sabonis goes to double. Right? And so, as he gets right, Sabonis, his job is to bring him back to there and don't allow him to turn that corner. And so, since Dame really knows, all right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn this corner. I'm probably going to make a pass. You don't really have a passing angle because you're going lateral. You don't have space. And now that double is right there. And now what ends up happening is that he kind of gets stuck in a spot, but he don't panic. Right? He don't panic. Boom, ball gets hit, drops it, gives it up to Giannis. They frustrate on that sideline, but boom, lob pass, boom, right there. So little things like that, like you're gonna see the adjustment next position, right? Next possession, you're going to see the adjustment. And so compare the angle from that last play to the angle right here. I know that one was more so in the middle of the floor, but understand, right? He gets off the screen instead of getting lateral, he gets more upwards. So now he could be able to get an angle to this pass on this wing, which is really his outlet at this point in time against this double. Now, if this could have got boom here to here, it would have been tough. But gets right back to Dame up here at the top, right? Now you give it back to Giannis. He's just attacking Sabonis one-on-one. Good luck. That's a bucket. Now right there too. I'm telling you, he preserving his looks. This is a moving cone drill right there. That's a moving cone drill. Look, peep this though, right? This is another. It's similar. It's not the same reject, but it's a reject in a sense. Reject split. I don't know what you want to call it, but look. You saw the various ways he was playing the pick and roll in the first, second, third quarter. Now it's the fourth, right? And so what is he going to be? What is he going to be in this situation? Just a little more aggressive. Utilize these looks so that he could be able to score and not give them up so early so defense could be alerted. Because now these buckets are extremely vital. Last 3 minutes, we just need a bucket. He saved this type of reject, this split, this attack, right? So instead of them the entire time thinking, oh, he's been aggressive the entire time coming off these screens. We got to be extremely cautious. They're now more so on their heels, and they understand that he's a threat, but they're not on their toes for that threat. You know what I'm saying? So he preserves a lot of the shit that he's doing, and he's just extremely timely with it. Like whatever is given up, he's going to take, right? So even in a situation like this, right? Whatever is given up, he gonna take. Pick and rolls, he just did what was given by the defense. Now he's given another situation. You got Fox shading towards that middle, while Giannis is still all the way on that nail, right? And so now this gives Dame that room to be able to get right. Keeps that angle sharp, gets Fox behind him, help defender steps over, boom, bop, Euro step. He's just taking what's available, and he ain't give it up too early, because you're also gonna see what's gonna happen in the next play when they end up going to the same action once again. Now you see Fox, right? A little more conservative right here on this play. So a little more patient. He gets double, works his way up, right? Doesn't go lateral, he works his way up. And at this point, he ends up holding the ball for a little bit longer than attacking into the paint. You never seen him hold the ball and try to turn the corner while he came off a pick and roll the whole game up until the fourth, right? Came off that last possession, he was like, all right, boom, I can hold this for a second. Let me see. Then he continued to attack. Then he got his another shot opportunity right there off the float. Missed it, but just understand the aggression. This is not this one quite yet. Not this one quite yet. There's another play. There's another play I'm waiting for. The other play I'm waiting for. But peep this one though. Right? Understand where just Dame is at this point in time, right? Practically right slot, a few feet from the half court line. So even though the screen is going to his left, he can't really work his way up if he wanted to go left, because probably go back court. He'd have to make a jump pass or some shit like that, right? So why would he do that, right? Just understand spacing, boom, spin out, find another passing angle instead of going that way as to which the defense wants me to go. And they're going to have 3 defenders at that point with that half court line. So boom, spins out, gives it to Giannis, right? And now at this point in time, Giannis, boom, constant in the corner. I don't know if he hits it, but just understand that's not the right play to make, to go middle. Just finding new angles. And also, at the same time, he's still not forcing his hand. Okay, I thought you guys said something else. But this play right here, though, right? Look, I'm going to play this full speed, right? I'm going to go full speed with this one, right? Actually, I don't know if I can go full speed on that one. Let me keep it at the same speed. Look, and this is a gem for a lot of guards, right? This is for guards. Look, a lot of coaches would tell you not to do what Dame does right here, right? Which is play with your back turned. But you could do so if you know how to leverage the situation, because Dame is still looking and reading the floor. And as a matter of fact, he has a lane to drive, but since he's reading the floor, he knows when to drive, because as soon as Giannis begins to step up and set that screen, Sabonis clears out, and now there's no help defender until all the way down here. So now once Dame gets into the paint, he can make this kick out. And he not just did that once where he turned his back, he's going to do it twice, right? Notice, he's on the wing, beginning to turn his back again, playing with that cross step, because what this now does to his frame is making him skinnier. Instead of playing with his feet next to each other, he puts the right more in front of that left, turns the shoulder, and now it's going to set up this move right here to get past Herter, right? That rip through right there makes his body as thin as it could be. So now I'm getting straight to that lane, boom, lay. Dame really loves to play with that footwork, that little cross step, right? That whether it's across at the top where he's playing with his back turning a little bit, or even on the wings, he just loves to do that because it keeps his frame skinny, and he's still able to get that speed. So that's something y'all could add if y'all don't even do it yourselves. And boom, another one of the plays. This one hurt. That 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 one hurt. Right? But on Giannis's part, though, right? On Giannis's part, in a situation where you see Dame like pressured up like this, right? Hold this screen a little longer, because if you hold this a little longer and actually hit Fox, right, that'll give Dame more time to get right and stretch out Sabonis. Pause, right? And by stretching out Sabonis more towards that right wing, you now put more pressure on not just Sabonis, but also Monk, right? Whether or not he wants to pinch in on this role, and then now you would have Beasley. But now, since you're not able to really utilize all of this and puts Fox in a bad position, have him trailing the play, now it's able to, boom, as soon as Giannis catches, he don't really got a lane. He don't really have too much room. So now at this point, even though he does get to his float in and out, he probably could even got a better look in a situation like this, possibly. But that was a high quality look, just in general though, right? That's just the way as to which you could leverage a situation like this. And I don't know why the hell Giannis be shooting free throws like that. And let me get some water right quick, because my mouth dummy dry. Hold on. Giannis's free throw shot. Giannis's free throw shot is crazy, bro. Hold on though. But boom. Let's go back. I'm sorry, but whoever the hell told Giannis to shoot free throws with that type of fluidity needs to go relearn basketball. Because my God, he just damn near sold him the game. Missed free throw, they up 2. Guess what happens? Fox gets the rock. Now no timeouts, nobody. And so at this point, Giannis backpedaling and playing defense, right? So now Fox, boom, blow by, lay, bucket, overtime, almost lost the game. I don't know who the hell done told. Because just look at his body, look at his frame, I just gotta speak on it, right? Look how bad. Actually, I need to go even slower. Look, just peep this, right? I just really want y'all to notice the mechanics, right? And so just notice how bad the fluidity is on this, right? Look, Giannis, ball's here, hips drop, ball stays low, goes up, hits, it's just damn, it's just the lack of I don't even think it may even be a mechanics thing. It may even be just a movement thing, to where if you learn how to properly move your body, like from and all these different counterparts, meaning like how your arms need to flow when you're loading and all these like different fascia lines and shit like that. If you learn those various loads, it'll probably make this even better or even easier to do. Ingram missed a game tying 3. Damn. Hold on, let me see right quick. I want to see a score on that, because that shit might be tempting to watch next stream. That shit might be a little tempting. Let me see. Hey y'all, hey, you think what you would call it? The Warriors lose to the damn Grizzlies with no Ja? 41-42. My gosh, I just know this whole game is flustered with gems. Insane amount of gems in that game. But let's get back to it though. You about to be done. It's overtime though. It's overtime. It's about to be overtime, right? And also understand this about this play too, right? Look, because something I forgot to know. And on the fact that you're down 2, or in Milwaukee's case, you're up 2, and you're already backpedaling. If you already get beat, you may as well just play it safe and not foul. Because if this is an and one, you actually lose the game. So even though you've seen Giannis be in that position, it's like, oh, why don't you try harder? If you got an and one on that, especially since Fox already slowed down, right? Peep this, right? Fox is going to get by and then slow down and even kind of try to veer step into Giannis if he is right there. And that really could have set him up to be in a position to where he can't block it, 1. And 2, Fox is able to extend that ball out and get that lay. So it could have been an and one for game. But did a good job of not trying to get all the way into his space and just let him get that lay. Right there by Giannis too. The patience is vital on this. The patience is vital. So look, understand this. Remember I was talking about when they got into handoffs, Dame was facing a drop, right? And now understanding that, if Giannis understood that, right? When you get into this handoff with Dame, Sabonis is gonna have to step up. And with Sabonis trying to step up and Dame going against the drop, Dame is going to attack that drop, whether he's gonna shoot, whether he's gonna actually get inside the arc. So on Giannis's part, you cannot roll at that same speed as if he got doubled off of that handoff or screen, right? You got to slow down and let Dame do his thing, and then after that, you find your lane to roll. But what ends up happening is that Dame's going to try to get here, and Giannis is right kind of in his way, right? If Giannis was just somewhere else, if he hung back for a second, Dame could either pull that ball out, boom. Dame has Sabonis, Fox has Giannis, right? Mismatch. But in a situation like this, he don't got no space to work, no space to cook, no pressure to put on the defense, because he took up all that space because of lack of patience and understanding of the coverage. And now right here, I want to show you this play and then another play, right? And look, I want to show you this, right? Basketball, the energy that you put into basketball is really contagious, right? And so I'm talking specifically about Dame. Right? Look, Pete, right? Energy in general in basketball is contagious because understand this. Look at Dame's efforts, right? Over the screen. He's really dead. He just gave up at that point. Boom, float by Monk, right? Watch this next possession. Watch what's about to happen. Very next possession, right? That being so lackadaisical, being lazy on that other end, he now gets to his other side. Boom, he lets his guard down for a second, right? That energy, that laziness has now carried over to that other side, and he just gets stripped. And really, NBA player, especially the caliber of Dame, really shouldn't get the ball picked like that. But notice though, right? It's Dame time though. You got to be teed, right? You got to be teed. So understand this play, right? Dame handoff to Connaughton. And now in handoffs, what's so deceptive about this play in itself is that once he handed the ball off, as a defender, when someone hands the ball off, you usually think they'll end up going corner, right? To that same side corner. But what ends up happening is that Dame leaves, boom, that little Iverson cut where screens or whatever you want to call it, boom, now Fox out of position, sees a little fake, reload, boom, right there, shot by Dame. And like I said, it's not like Dame needs to sit here and get 2 layups, get free throws and shit for him to flip the switch. Dame mentally just flips the switch, right? And he's able to, boom, get these shots down. Meanwhile, some other players may actually need the shots to be able to stay engaged. Dame, he already got the touch for the ball. He already got the feel for the ball just being the point guard. Now he's taking these shots, boom, he's done them millions of times, right, over the course of his life. So when it's time to, when the game is on the line, ain't no problem. And now right here with Herter. This another one is tough on Herter's part. I want you to understand how tough this is to guard for Herter, right? Let me go a little further back. Boom. Notice, right? Switch right there, Herter on Lillard, right? Understand the contact that's going on, how handsy they are, the pushing, fights over that one. Now you're in a chase, boom, snatch back, space created. As a defender, you're still not fully balanced, right? But now you think you could get here and you're good. But you're really not, because what's going to happen here is that, you know, Giannis is stepping up to set a screen, and notice what move Dame is going to use as well, right? Boom, a step back. So now, as a defender, you're trying to chase Dame over the top of the screen already, but yet Dame steps back into a shot. You can't control your force at this point. So now you just end up running into Dame's body. Boom, now he's getting 3 free throws. Dame's aggression is leveled and changed accordingly to the course of a game. You know, you seen the bucket that he had before. You seen this one especially where he's really hunting that shot. So now, what's gonna end up happening is that the whole concept of him not trying to force his hand is gonna be super similar by the time the last shot comes around. And then this one as well, right? Look. Dame already scored a few times in this overtime, right? 2 screens, right? Going different directions, though. So pickups occur all the way up high. So he gives up to Brook Lopez, doesn't force that. Now he tells him to give it to Giannis. Why give it to Giannis? Because exactly what I said before. In handoffs, Sabonis is sagged back, right? He's dropped back. So now Dame is able to get here and is able to get it to these shots. They could have did this more and got higher quality looks, because it would have eventually forced Sacramento to make a change in their defense, right? But even though they didn't make no changes, Dame missed that. But if you continue to run this action, Dame would have got a few of these to drop. And now right here too. You see that shit off the rip. Off the rip though. Look, this is how the game finished, right? Look at Dame. Stops, trying to really get that foul. They wasn't going for it, right? And look, this is really what makes Dame so different from other players. This is the last shot that Dame took before he hit his game winner. And this is what's extremely vital when it comes down to being a clutch player. Now you're down 4. You had to foul because you missed that 3. Monk, 87.5% from the free throw line, right? 88. He's taking 2, right? Shoots the first one. Guess what? Misses. Oh, shit. Hold on. Second one. Wait. Misses. As a player in this situation, even though you missed that last one, even though it doesn't look like shit gonna go right, you must always have hope. If you're a player late game, if you're a team late game, and you just lack hope, good luck actually winning the game, right? Boom, Lopez hits that 3. They're down 1, right? Keep peeping, right? Hold on. Look, right there. Fox gets fouled, right? Fox is going to the line. 72%, 5 for 5 on the night, though, right? First shot goes up. Boom. Miss. Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, if you lose hope, you simply will not be able to be a clutch player. Because understand what's going to happen right now, right? Understand what's going to happen, right? Most importantly, let me slow this down, right? Look. Let me go from the miss, right? So Dame has to inbound the ball then, right? And so his primary defender, De'Aaron Fox, is guarding whoever's trying to get the ball to start, right? And so this is where he messed up, because now you have to chase to get back into the play to beat Dame. And just like he was doing throughout the entire game, he's only going to take what the defense ends up giving. And now De'Aaron Fox just put himself in a bad position. Because regardless, though, Dame was probably going to shoot this shot, right? De'Aaron Fox is trying to beat him to spots, beat him up the floor, not really set. And so now Dame, boom, gets by and is able to get into space. And now at this point, it's just like, damn, man. Damn, you let him get a shot off, bro. You let him see the rim. And literally just in doing that, it's just like, oh, shit, bro. They really had the game. They missed those free throws, and then De'Aaron Fox missed the free throw as well. And now you get yourself to the point where if Dame had allowed that last shot that he took, right, that last three that he took, that he completely bricked and missed everything, he would not be able to go and hit this shot right here. Because even though he missed it, he still saw there could be a chance they could win the game. And he just held on to that chance and that opportunity. And when the opportunity came about, it was Dame time, right? It was just a bucket. And so just understand, the entire game, Dame never tried to force his hand. He never tried to be the one to score every single time. He made sure that his teammates were engaged, right? When his teammates were open, when that play should have been made. And then once his time came around, him as a person, just as a player, knows that I can flip the switch like that. I can get a bucket like that. Hence why you brick one shot, don't get a no call one, of course. Get that no call, so you could get mad at that no call. Brick that next one. Brick the shot on that same possession. Then come back and take that last shot of the game and knock it down. That difficult of a shot. Mentally, he's just in a different stratosphere than most players. Right? He ain't forcing shit. One, he knows he can flip the switch. Two, that being able to remain calm and hold on to that hope, so that once you get into a shot like that, you're able to make the best out of it instead of thinking, oh man, this game is over. Right? And just simply having that thought, having that energy, you're gonna replicate that same exact action. And if you do that as a clutch player, or if you're trying to be a clutch player, late game player, just gonna lose like every game. So at that point, you just tell you good luck and win that game. So it was really that leap of faith. I mean, that's some Dame shit though. You can say it's a leap of faith, but I was even, like I was saying, I don't know if you were here at that point in time, but I was talking about how I was watching Anthony on JJ Redick's pod, and he was talking about how Dame would literally set himself up throughout the entire course of a game to prepare himself for the opportunity of a game winner, of a buzzer beater, right? And I feel as though a lot of it even boils down to the mental parts of it, right? Just being able to remain neutral, being able to be ready for the moment, understand, oh shit, this game may end up coming to that, right? And also understanding, having a good level of self-awareness of game flow, and understand what you must do so that you could be able to get that shot off, or be able to get that bucket, and do what's necessary to be able to get that win. So I feel as though that was another important part of it, like the mental aspect. I wish that once Dame is like kind of done and cool off of it, he's able to kind of drop the gems in terms of how he approaches these situations. But just in general, like that's at least what I could say when it comes down just to a moment, just a big moment, regardless in general. So shit like this, you watch it too. That shit is tough. And this is the first buzzer beater he had. He had a few clutch games, but buzzer beater, I don't think he had no buzzer beater. But that's the end of the breakdown. I don't know what we're going to watch on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm going to stream late. I'm streaming late on Wednesday, like 6 maybe or 5 p.m. EST, because I have class. I got to get back, and I got to make sure what game I'm going to watch, shit like that. But I'm going to be streaming on Wednesday, even though I got class. So I may get back a little late, but we may just get started straight into the breakdown. So getting inside is really dope. There's a lot to learn from Dame. There's so much to learn from Dame. This is just the clutch portion of it. And I may even in when the season is done, I may go back in in years past, like what say he was in Portland, or like in those years and like those clutch games and see what he did in those games so he could build his rhythm. Of course, there's a level of mental preparation that he put in, and like game plans and all those little details and intricacies. I may even go back and look at that, just kind of having this new understanding of like the layering and the pattern of what he's doing to be able to be a clutch player. So make sure y'all subbed up. One, if y'all want to get gems on vertical jump, all the training stuff I be doing on the side until my program drops, not until like maybe next year. Make sure y'all go join up in the membership. You have to go to browser, like the Safari browser, or go on your laptop if you want to join on membership, because iOS be bullshit. So make sure y'all do that. I'm gonna be posting workouts, concepts, a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm able to do to have a 40-inch vert at 6'1", off of my knowledge and like teaching myself how to jump. So if y'all want those gems before this shit drop, make sure y'all go get that. Make sure you also stay tuned for the merch, and also make sure that you sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self, and you do everything you need to do to be able to get to where you want to go. So discipline or regret, you choose.